Welcome back to Wretched. For your consideration, my impersonation of me. That's right, I am not a very good comforter, and I would like to demonstrate to you how I respond, for instance, to somebody who just told me that they were in a really nasty car accident. Hey, do you have your insurance paid up? Did you contact your agent? Because I've got to tell you something. You might want to get this on record. Did you get the police report? If you end up having neck trouble, you want to take that to the chiropractor because they should be responsible. Did they hit you from the back? And I will go on and on fixing the problem without ever considering, hey, are you okay? I don't really have the gift. I really don't. So I have to think about it. I have to really ponder what it is that I'm going to say and discipline myself to say the appropriate thing in a situation that doesn't require fixing. Instead, it requires balm, it requires some sensitivity, and it requires the word. For your consideration, if you struggle like I, this is a list from Faith It. They didn't even put the author's name on the article. Things that you should say to somebody that you encounter who's struggling with anxiety. Here you go. Number 1, I can't even imagine what you're going through. Something as simple as that can actually be helpful. Letting somebody know, wow, you do have a legitimate situation on your hands that is difficult. Now, this is never to excuse the sin, inappropriate, sinful anxiety, but it is to be a comforter instead of just a fixer immediately. Number 2, if you want, I'll go with you. Let somebody know who's struggling that you're willing to invest, to engage, to go along with, to take them to so that they can get help with a biblical counselor, to the store if they're having fear of going outside of the house. Be this guy and not, well, like me. Tip number 3 to say to somebody with depression, I love you. Number 4, you're doing awesome. Number 5, you make sense. This can actually be very helpful for somebody who's really feeling blue. They might, I can't tell anybody. It's all crazy thinking inside of my head. It's okay. You make sense. I'm with you. Piece of advice number 6. Sometimes being sad is okay. There are times to weep. There are times to mourn. It's okay. We're going to do it biblically, but it's okay. What to say to somebody who has depression? Thank you for telling me that you're struggling. Believe it or not, it takes a lot of courage for the individual who is in a blue period to let anybody know. So encourage them. Way to go. That takes courage to share that. Number 8, God loves in all emotions. Even if it's a sinful emotion, don't forget, you're God's child, and He loves you. 9 and 10 to the person with depression. Will you try? And finally, depression isn't the same for everyone. Don't feel bad if you're going through it longer than another person. Will you try? And I'm with you. Why? Because I care. Why? Because I'm a Christian and we are called to suffer with those who are suffering.